Okay, that is the first warm-up map done, or maybe the only one. It depends if the other team want to do their warm-up as well. And it seems they do want to pick that one up. Picking a nice style one-up map, I low-key rate it. It's kind of a crazy warm-up, you know, I can't lie. Good warm-up, to be fair. That aim and tapping is kind of a bit ridiculous. Yeah, oh, okay, I see why the map's 9 stars now. Jesus. I mean, yeah, definitely a warm-up match I've ever seen them. I'm just happy it's not Chirp again, because oh my lord, I'm so sick of hearing that warm-up. Yo, cold sliders. How do you know where this is? I was just how do you know where this is going on hidden, and then I realized just aim the slider ticks and everything's okay. Alright, and that is the warm-up done. Right, we're into the quarterfinals, so the points are going to be an extra point now to close out the match, which means you get to see quite a few more maps being played. Alright, so it seems that 2PACALYPSE are only getting their first roll. Okay, no, never mind, but maybe not. I have no idea who's rolling. There's so many fake rolls, oh no. Okay, so it seems like we're playing poker instead. I don't know how to commentate poker. Okay, so it seems it's going to be 2PACALYPSE that are going to be getting the winning of all, so they get to pick the first ban or first pick. Or by the roll, or the order, I guess, sorry. And then we're picking the second ban. Okay, so it seems Yusuf Dikec's fan club's plan is to ban the players instead of the maps. That's a strategy I don't think I've seen before, but it could work. Now, it seems they're going to be actually banning out the DT2. Which is, you know, it's an understandable ban. When you have someone like Synoxer on the enemy team, I mean, I get the DT2 ban, but I also probably would ban the DT3 as well. Because, I mean, DT2 is so control heavy. It's such a difficult map. It's Burning Star. I mean, most people know this map, especially in the tournament scene. But using it as RDT2 is, it's ruthless. We've seen an incredible score on it from 2U so far. And maybe some others that I wasn't aware of. But, yeah, it's a very difficult map with a lot of control, a lot of, kind of stamina at charge as well. Use that for control at high BPMs. And also the Hard Rocks 1 is going to be banned out from 2PACALYPSE, which is going to get rid of that long consistency for the aim and kind of bursts and streams here and there. Because it's like 3 trillion years long. That's an understandable ban then. Getting rid of the long stream consistency, which is, yeah, if you don't want to play it, you don't want to play it. That's understandable. Although I would argue it's kind of one of the most reasonable maps in this pool, especially when you look at what we have map pool. You know, Pioneer 4, War Pledge, Big Black on 3 mod, Phantom Divine DT. You know, some crazy maps in there. Like Hidden 2, especially. Yeah, I wonder what Yusuf Dikec are going to be banning next. And it seems the No More 3 is being banned. Oh, right, yeah, no, because it is 2PACALYPSE's double ban, yeah, so yeah, it seems like No More 3 is going to be out of the pool as well. And that DT3 is going to be gone as kind of expected against 2PACALYPSE. So getting rid of both the high BPM, quite difficult maps to play with the single control stamina mix. Getting rid of the DT3 long speed streams and DT2 single control high BPM. And it is going to be first pick to Yusuf Dikec. And they're going to be picking the 3 model one. The most iconic map in the game, picking the Big Black. And now my question is, what combination is going to run? Because we've seen players run easy on this, and we've seen it clutch rounds, or clutch picks, sorry. So it could be a shout. But we've also seen people just run the standard Hidden Hard Rock, or even have one player run Hidden Hard Rock and another player run No Mod. We've seen kind of like almost every combination run on this map that's, you know, allowed, or, you know, kind of common, I would say. I wouldn't call it easy common, but when it's a 1.8 times multiplier for your score, you know, I think it's quite reasonable to run it. I think it's, you know, it's a map that most people know, most players understand. And if you can read easy to some degree, you can probably play it with enough practice. And it seems that Sif's going to be running the Hidden Hard Rock with Synoxa running No Mod. Levy running the Hard Rock and Hidden on Osu playing the Hidden, which is kind of expected for Hidden on Osu. You know, he's that Hidden player. And let's get this map started. The first map of the match. And Synoxa playing a very awkward early slider break, but it is matched by Hidden on Osu and Levi, who's trying to kind of a bit of a struggle on the start of the map, but Sif's is going to be kind of playing this calmly, not having too much of a problem on the intro, but also finding a miss. Kind of misses everywhere from all of these players. You know, everything seems to be struggling on this intro, which is concerning for what the ending of the map will end up bringing. But that score lead is just slightly in favor of 2PACALYPSE right now, with about 20,000 score lead, and kind of closing, because Sif's just found a miss with the slider break right at the end of that section. And accuracies across the board are about 96, 97. Everyone's kind of even on their accuracies. Getting to the smaller stream section, which won't really be posing a problem, but the sliders might do, and it does for Levi and Sifs. So Synoxa versus Hidden on Osu right now. That combo, but Hidden just finding a really unfortunate miss, but Synoxa trades it out with a slider break at the same time. The combos are pretty much identical across the board, but Levi finds another slider break on miss. But Sifs doesn't trade it out, but Hidden on Osu also does. That score is going to keep building for 2PACALYPSE right now. And Sifs just now finds their miss. Well, slider breaks, sorry, they've only slider broke. They're holding the S rank still, and so is Levi, so slider breaks for both those players, but no misses. No miss, no problem, right? Going into the more intense slider section, where it just keeps going, and it seems to not claim anyone. But going into that long stream, followed up by those sliders and the triples, and it doesn't claim anyone either, so going into the next build-up. And it still seems to be fine right now, but Levi finding a really unfortunate slider break again. And going into the next section with the next intense set of sliders. The vertical sliders just not claiming anyone. The sliders spam across screens just claims Levi. Now Scully is building. Synoxa breaking that 600 combo, but is traded out by Hidden, who has also that larger combo. So it's now just Sifs holding on to that 450 combo in the ending. With 166,000 score lead, there's not enough time to make it up, but Sifs has hit the ending, and he does. The ending of the map being in favor of 2PACALYPSE, taking that first point, and an S rank from Sifs. No misses whatsoever. Generally a crazy score, and also 666 combo from Synoxa with that 98% accuracy. And that first point is to 2PACALYPSE, which is a, you know, relatively close map, you know, only about, well, let's say about close map, about 120 to 150k difference, I think. Maybe even 200k, or just under. But now it is 2PACALYPSE's pick, so they got that breakpoint very early on.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black?
Okay, and it seems like that no more 6 is going to be getting picked. Going into that more polyrhythm map, going into that bit more of a thing control pick. Now this is also one of the harder maps in the full, I would argue, because even though it's like, you know, it's about the 6-star range, so it's so complex with its tapping requirements, because it changes rhythm every single combo almost, or maybe not every combo, but every section is different, and there's so many awkward aim sections in between as well to sprinkle in on top of that thing control requirements that, you know, there are so easily found misses on this map. I mean, hell, you can even hear that thing control requirements just from this part of the map. And let's get started on this No Mod 6. I'm interested to see how this will go because a lot of the players on Yusuf Dikec are expecting a Synoxa FC here. But I mean, in match, getting an FC is so much more difficult than it seems. Because even if you can get 30 FCs on local, you can get multiple chances to play the map at that point. But with this tournament, you get one chance and that's it. And all of these players just seem to be fine holding on to this entry for the first about 150 combo, but hit on an O2 finding a very unfortunate early break. But I mean, the map has just started. There's more than enough time to rebuild that back. And 250 combo mark has been crossed for these three players, but Levi and hit on an O2 both miss on the same section, but Sifs trades it out about 60 combo later. So it's just now Synoxa holding on to that long combo at about 340. No one gets claimed by that small flowing section, or the sliders for that matter, so they just keep pushing forward, and that combo is now building for all of these players. Levi and Hidon both on identical combo, and Sifs, just catching up, building that supporting combo for Synoxa, who is still holding on to that FC, and Levi finding their miss just before that small flowing section, where the a bit more combo can be bought up for free, but Hidon seems to just keep building theirs. The Synoxa misses, but it's traded out by Hidon. So it's Sis versus Levi. I think Levi's miss was a Bantro miss, so it's 92k score difference in favor of 2PACALYPSE, and Sifs is now holding on. Oh, but now Levi does miss, so that combo break is going to be very unfortunate. Sifs combo now is just kind of the leading scoreline, and even if they miss now, this. Oh wait, no, never mind. Levi's miss was once again a Bantro miss, so that miss from Sifs is actually very important. Bantro seems to be playing games on us right now, but Synoxa also finding a miss. So that scoreline could actually start swapping over quite quickly, but Levi does find the miss. Never mind, apparently not, maybe not. I don't really know what's going on. Hidon is now sitting at 300 combo. That scoreline is at 30,000. Levi's miss was a real miss, but Synoxa is now building on that longer combo. So that scoreline, just as it started to close over to the side of Yusuf, it is now back in favor of 2PACALYPSE. And coming towards pretty much the end of the map with 90k, 100k score difference. I don't think there's enough time for it to swap over because there's no large combos and there's just this spinner and a slider remaining. So, yeah, that's another point in favor of 2PACALYPSE. It was not an FC from Synoxa, but still a fantastic score on the board from both players on 2PACALYPSE. Both of them finding two misses. And they actually being almost identical, literally a 0.2% accuracy difference almost. And one being an A rank and one being a B rank. Thank you. They almost even had the same identical 100 count. Damn. I mean, that's expected though. They are very similar scores. But yeah, that was so close for Levi to bring that back over. I mean, holding the second highest score in the lobby, but Synoxa's score, just with the amount of combos they kept getting, it just did bring that into their favor, and that's what wins them that point. And it seems that they're going to be picking into the DT4. I believe this is the oldest map in the map pool, which was ranked in 2010. So we're looking at some old style mapping, very linear patterns. And, kind of on that alt side of maps, if that's what you count this as. And it's arguably one of the easier maps in the map pool, so I'd expect some very close scores from all of these players, but just because it's one of the easier maps in the pool, it once again does not make it easy. This map pool as a whole isn't exactly easy. It's difficult because it needs to be. This is the only map pool we have this weekend for every round, so we need every match to be close as possible, which means the maps do have to be difficult. But it's also relatively balanced as well because you've got the hard maps in the pool, you've got the easier maps in the pool like this. It's crazy to think when this map was ranked, I was 3 years old. I'm 18 now. This map's old. There are players on Osu in the top 200 that are younger than this map is ranked. And it's going to be counting. Hidden's asking to get hidden as well, but it's not optional for this. I'm so sorry, Rory, you aren't going to get that hidden. And the players are going into the map. Now, Yusuf Dikec are going to be looking forward towards getting this pick now because they're 2-0 down. They need this map, and with it being their pick, they don't want to give over another breakpoint like they did at the start of the match. And if there's a map to do it on, I feel like this could be one of the maps because this is as I was saying, it's one of those easier maps in the pool. So you can build that level of consistency on it if you're comfortable on those old maps, but that's the most important part. Because of it being an old map, you need to know the style and how linear these maps can really feel. And that's kind of showing off really early with these, very simple squares, simple linear patterns. And it's accuracy in favor of Yusuf Dikec fan club, but it's still full combos across the board, but we're still so early into the map, and the map really does start to show off that, level of difficulty going forward. With we're getting a bit more spaced. And none of the squares just yet claiming anyone. It's still a 4-way full combo. Oh, but Synoxer finds a very unfortunate break, which is now going to start building that scoreline very in favor of the Yusuf Dikec fan club. Closing it to 100,000 now. As both players are still holding on to their SUs and still assists. But the accuracy difference is absurd. 99 for Hidden on Notu and 98 for Levi. Whereas compared to that, and just barely 97 for Sifs. Like, there's still good accuracy for Sifs, but it's just, it's not the level of Levi and Hidden right now. And that scoreline is now 230,000. We're getting to one of the harder KIs, where the map starts to get a bit more reading, and it does claim Levi. So it's now Hidden on Notu versus Sifs. For Synox's 224 supporting combo. Could start to bring the scoreline back over. But if Hidden on Notu keeps full comboing and Levi doesn't find more chain misses, this point is pretty much settled. There's basically no map left. 200 score difference isn't pretty close at this point. So that is actually the first point to Yusuf Dikec. There's actually a lot less than that than I thought there was. And that is a full combo from Sifs and Hidden on Notu. And no, I do not see it. Leave me alone. Yeah, very good scores across the board. I mean, like, 2 misses from Synoxer, 1 miss from Levi. Those are quite online with what we've been seeing on this tournament. But then 2 full combos from Sifs and Hidden. Genuinely really good scores from those 2 players as well. And it was a needed point for Yusuf Dikec because they did lose their breakpoint on Big Black, and now they're looking to try and claim that breakpoint back for whatever this next pick is. And it seems they're going to be going into that Hidden 3. Now this Hidden is a bit more on that technical side. It's got quite a few sliders, and it's a very difficult map to play. But the class is quite a good map, I will say. It's definitely been fun to watch these players, watch the players in this tournament play it so far, because it's quite a difficult map, right? We've seen some good scores, we've seen some close scores on it, and I'm expecting it to be another match like that, because these players have been quite close together with their scores. I mean, we're two SUs on how do you do, and just close scores in general for the other 2 maps we've seen. And now we get to hopefully see that on the Hidden 3 as well. Yusuf Dikec are hoping to take this break point. I mean, they have a purple Hidden on those 2. I'm expecting them to have at least a decent score on this map. but it is also 2PACALYPSE's pick, so Synox and Sifs are looking to be quite confident on this map, looking to try and bring this point home to rebuild their momentum they just started to build with the first 2 minutes. And quickly looking at the other stream, with Seed 6 versus Seed 22, it looks like a crazy upset right now with it being 3-1 in favor of 41. But let's focus on our current match because that is what we're here to see. Now this map does start relatively slow, but then does quite quickly kick off, and it does claim Levi with a really early slider break. But that is, it's not even 100 combo win, so that combo really isn't going to be that big of a deal unless it's a, 2 AFC on the side of 2PACALYPSE. But in that point, you just got to FC and match it. And Sifs does find an unfortunate break, which is traded out by Levi on that slider stream. We're getting to the small bit of an ult and tech section. Hidden and Synox are both combo through it, both holding phenomenal lack at high 98s. And Levi and Sifs are both going to be kind of build up that supporting combo in hopes that neither of their own players break. And as it keeps going, 400 combo win, they both seem confident on this map and not be having a problem. The scoreline is only about 9,000 in favor of 2PACALYPSE. That scoreline is nothing in difference, especially for a 2v2 tournament where it can flip over at any second. And every player hits that flowing section going into the first PI, where the map does kind of kick off with its tech capabilities. And Levi just gets claimed and losing that combo, unfortunately. And Sifs having a bit of a banter moment there, but doesn't break at all. So it's just Synox and Hidden going back and forth now with that combo. Sifs, catching up to 600 combo now. And that scoreline, 100,000 difference with the last quarter of the map on the line. If you're Hidden on those right now, you are praying both of your opponents find their misses. But it doesn't seem to be the case right now, because Sifs and Synox are both holding on, but Levi finding another miss. Also, Hello Maverick. Hidden on Osu is seeing about 900 combo, and going towards the last section of the map. Is that an FC for Synox and Hidden? Are we seeing 2 double FCs back to back? Because that would be absurd. No, Hidden on Osu finding such an unfortunate miss right on the ending, but Synox are finding an FC. We've had back-to-back FCs. And that is generally just a crazy score, both from Sifs and Synox. That accuracy is 99.37. What can you do?
Yeah, not much to be done there. 1,800,000. Yeah, they're proving that they are the seed one.
Yeah, they've been putting out phenomenal scores this match so far. And honestly, Yusuf is just looking for that second breakpoint. They need it now. But it's just going to be a difficult uphill battle, and they're going to be picking into that Hard Rock 3, picking into that ult map. It's quite hard, difficult with some weird awkward flow aim, and just a difficult map across the board.
Oh yeah, draw me a map, let me feel the tap. Map from Corsace, swing map from Corsace, and you know that if HR and swing is combined, it makes quite the challenge, I would say.
Oh, very much so.
Map this difficulty, mapped by Flusk, the map set by Toybot. And yeah, we have seen this map pick before. It has a lot of uncomfortable sliders, it has a lot of alternating requirements and, well, tapping control, aim control, whatever you want. It is pretty difficult, but it is quite short, so every miss counts.
Yeah, 100%. Like, even a very early break from the first one of the combo could be a, big difference, because, again, the length of the map is on the short end. But it's also one of those ones where I'd expect most of these players to find misses on this map, so I wouldn't be too panicked if you do find a very early miss, as long as you can build that combo up later.
I was thinking about food, it worked. That's crazy.
That's the tech.
That's an insane strat.
Yeah, you can't be nervous if you're not thinking about the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Best of 9 makes the matches in quarterfinals a bit more strategically heavy, since you have more picks to choose and the pick order actually matters, since the first picker gets statistically more picks if they finish it before TB.
Yeah. They get more points, more maps in their favor. They want to try and bring that point start further on, which so far has been working for 2PACALYPSE, putting them to 3-1 so far.
Yeah, 2PACALYPSE definitely proving what they did in qualifiers now. Tuning into HR, this one picked by Yusuf Dikec fan club though. Trying to get a point on the board and then potentially trying to get a break point on the board as well.
Yeah.
Now Save's finding a slider break very early into the map. That one should not matter too much, as well we can see the score difference just go back and forth even if that happened. But
yeah, I think
a
the
lot
axes
to be
early on
played.
are actually, yeah, I think the axes early in as well also kind of benefiting Simpson also here, but that scoreline, that combo is actually kind of going back and forth, as you were saying. And Levi finding a very unfortunate early break, that 200 combo win, which is going to start pushing that scoreline in favor of 2PACALYPSE early in. But, I mean, going into the first difficult section, there's quite a decent few places to find those breaks, and this is in.
There's definitely stuff to miss on. The score lead will go to Team Red even more as Levi finds yet another miss, unfortunate for them. But there's still time, there's still a chance for the shift. 2/3 of the map left, so what is it, around 1 minute and 40-ish seconds?
Yeah, I'd say roughly.
I would guess.
Yeah,
Still time for the comeback.
Oh, 100%. Especially with the fact that Hidden or Notice is still holding on to that full combo, matching Synoxa and Sifs is catching up. But Synoxa finding a break, dropping that FC. So now it's on to Sifs to hold on to that combo, which sure, it might not be an FC, but it's close enough to that it might as well be. And Synoxa finding another miss, but Hidden or Notice and Levi both finding their misses, which means this might be another breakpoint if Sifs just keeps holding on. Which is definitely not something not a position you want to be in if you're Yusuf Dikec's fan club. Especially with that score lead now growing up to 150,000 for the last third. Oh, that chain miss from Hidden on Onoso as well is just super unfortunate.
And not looking great, but Sifs finds a miss on the slow part. There's Levi with the 250 combo, but that's matched by Synoxa, and there's not too much time left. 200 combo, sorry, 200,000 score. It might be difficult to shift back 17k with some chain misses from Sif. But unfortunately, especially with that Levi break, I don't think that's gonna be nowhere near enough for the shift to happen, and that's gonna be the 4th point going to 2PACALYPSE, claiming their second break point, and that's unfortunate for Team Blue.
Yeah, that is super unfortunate, especially with Hidden finding those breaks as well, especially Levi also matching those breaks. That is the 4th point going towards the favor of 2PACALYPSE, which is going to bring them to the match point and their own pick. So they can kind of pick anything they're ultra confident on at this point and just, kind of bring them to guarantee the next point. And another S rank from Synoxa. We've been seeing S ranks all over this match so far. I mean, sure, there's been quite a few FCs, but there's just been so many more S ranks on top of that.
They do not like misses. They do, and I believe they do not like sliders by how many SPs we see. Yeah, 500k is a really good score on this, almost 600k from Sifs. The score that made most of the difference, I would say. Even though Hidden also was matched by the player 1 of 2PACALYPSE. Now,
yeah, it was matched by Synoxa. Hidden is not allowed to say no, but they picked into the Hidden 2 either way. Just betraying what the enemy team are asking for. So yeah, it seems like we're going to be going into Shotgun Sony Region X, which is it's been a lethal map. It's been killer. It has single-handedly ruined teams because of how complex it is. With it's only a 6-star. It's not that difficult, and then you realize it's a Yoke Spy map. A 6-star isn't exactly 6-star. And sure, it's Pan's hidden challenge, but it fits into that category of just being hell when it needs to be, because this map is so complex on that reading, and matching that with the AR8 on top of it makes this map lethal.
I mean, the map is 6 stars, which is not a lot, until you look at the AR, look at how the map looks like. As you said, it's a funny one. Yeah, not directly yokes by difficulty, but yokes by maps, nonetheless, so you know what to expect from that. And we have seen some insane scores on this, but we have seen how little, as you mentioned, the map is throughout the duration of this tournament, and we are only in quarterfinals, so there's some more matches to come. Not as many as we have seen in the round of 32 and round of 16, let's say, but the matches get more and more intense as the seedings, as the quality of the players gets closer and closer. And yeah, I'm very interested to see how the rest goes. I'm interested to see if Yusuf Dikec can do something about the scorelines. In Form 1 is not where they want to be, especially not on a best of 9 where 2PACALYPSE. If they win this, they go further into the pool, into the match, into the tournament, sorry. Once you get to that semifinals, you are guaranteed one more match after that, since there's only the first place match, the finals, and the third place match. So once you get to semis, you are guaranteed 2 matches counting semis. So if you want to get there, and Yusuf Dikec is not in a good position for that right now, but they can still get those 3 points back. You never know. You can see stuff happening, and well, let's just see how this hidden one resembles, I guess.
Yeah, this hidden map it could be the start for Yusuf Dikec's comeback. It's possible. I mean, they have a player who could have gone O2, but it's so you're so far down that your motivation might be taking a bit of a hit here, or your confidence might be taking a hit. But if you don't let that affect you, you could start you could start the rise back at any time, and that started to happen on the DTE4. But they just weren't able to carry the momentum out just yet. But maybe that could change now on this hidden 2.
It could, but the map does not give a damn about what you want. The map only gives you torture if you are not used to AR8, if you are not used to maps like this. And so far, we can see misses from basically everyone hidden, also with the highest combo and only combo over 100 right now, but the accuracy is giving the lead to 2PACALYPSE right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 98 from Sis, 96 from Synoxa, and a break from him on most of them, 95, struggling on that back and forth section. And yeah, you can see now, especially at this point, where that reading ability just really starts to come into swing. Where, every player now starts finding their misses, more consistently. Because finding the foothold on this map is so difficult to get right, because it just kind of changes all over the place, where it's back and forth and an awkward reading on top of that. And I mean, that's just shown with the players now, where they have that intro combo, but now building the combo on these sections is so much more difficult. And the accuracies, have been dropping as well since. Levi sitting at 90%, Hidden sitting on 94.8, Synoxa 94.7, and Sis now sitting at 96.7, leading the lobby with accuracy and matching Synoxa's 120 combo. Oh, and you can even see as well, these players are really starting to build their confidence now. Sis and Synoxa just not having a problem with this approach rate, and just know how to read this map now. You can see that practice coming into play with their accuracy, just building and building on this section. The Synoxa plays a very unfortunate miss on the middle of that section. The Sis just has to keep building that combo further, closing over 400,000 score, which I believe now claims the highest score on this map, I think, or at least matches FaZe's score.
Yeah, looks like it. It is approaching 500,000, which is pretty nasty on a map like this.
Yeah, that's just a calm little 1v2 from Sifs, and I am pretty sure now that is also the highest score we've seen on this map so far.
Could be. And the Egg, 97.9 is... Yeah, this score is really good from Sifs. That's gonna seal the match.
Yeah, that is the match over. Yeah, that is GG's to 2PACALYPSE. I got so invested in that map alone that I completely forgot. And yeah, that is really unfortunate for Yusuf Dikec's fan club. They are going out of the quarterfinals, and they don't even get a chance to redeem themselves in the losers bracket. But that's how this tournament goes. You have to make the semis if you want your second opportunity. And yeah, Seed 1 just proving why they belong where they do, and just kind of stomping this match with every score, and only losing one pick, which wasn't even their own pick.
Yeah, well, they showed that they can play. Unfortunately, was not enough for the Seed 1, and that's gonna push them to semi-finals. So that's another semi-finalist done, another semi-finalist chosen, and we have some